Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel, and we're going into four of the game four of the 1986 World Series replay. Wanted to introduce some of you guys to one of the noisemakers. This is Rooney. Rooney's named after Wayne Rooney. So when you hear dogs barking, probably this one. The other one, Peanut, she doesn't make as much noise, but this one barks at everything. So anyways, this one's Rooney. I'll introduce Peanut another time, but she can go. So back to it. Game three, another good game. The Red Sox win late. They score. What happened in that one? Mets took the lead 2-1 in the top of the eighth. They came back in the bottom of the eighth. A walk to Buckner, a Rice double, and Gedman. No, Evans. Evans drove him in to win the game 3-2. So we're moving on to game four. We're still in Boston. New York's down 2-1. I find it interesting in this one. As you go look at the lineups, the Mets will have the same lineup going out there. Ron Darling will come back. So Darling comes back after two other starts. So they go with a three-man rotation in the series. So Dykstra, Backman, Hernandez, Carter, Strawberry, Knight, Heap, Wilson, Santana. Darling will pitch. The Red Sox went with a different approach in this. They start Al Nipper. So they go to a four-man rotation. Not sure if that is the effect of anything for the Mets to get back in it. Uh, just different approach. So Boggs, Barrett, Buckner, Rice, Baylor, Evans, Gedman, Henderson, Owen, and Al Nipper is on the mound. So we're going to go ahead and get started. If I can find my pen. This is Darling against Nipper. Let me get the fatigue rating for these guys. So Darling is an 18, and Al Nipper is going to be an 18. So they both have an 18 on their fatigue ratings. And we'll go ahead and get started. Lenny Dykstra to lead off. Let me make sure my formulas are set correctly. They are. Okay. Dykstra lead off with a base hit, and he steals second. So good start for the Mets right out of the gate. We do an error check. That doesn't happen. No error, so it's a hit. Runner on second. One out already. Backman, the 76 sacrifice. He will not bunt here. You think he would to get the lead, but he doesn't. And the manager chooses to hit away. Hit the fly ball left field. One out. Keith Hernandez, fly ball up. Do they walk him? They walk him. So they pitch around Hernandez. Check the intentional walk rating I put on there is a 10 versus the 4, so they walk him. Take it to Gary Carter. 19, defense check, 36 is a 22. That's the catcher who will pass the check. 22. Gedman is a range 2, and that is a fielder's choice out at third. So Gedman gets it, throws, gets Dykstra out, 2 outs. Strawberry will fly to left, and he gets out of it. No runs, 1 hit, 2 left on base. Al Nipper does the job. So now we go to the bottom of the first. Wade Boggs grounds to second, 1 out. Marty Barrett, fly to center, 2 down. Bill Buckner with a base hit. He singles. Jim Rice strikes out. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left on base. And we go to the second. Ray Knight grounds to second, 1 out. Danny Heap grounds to second, 2 down. And Mookie Wilson, 3 32s in a row. And that'll do it. One thing that I noticed when I make my rollers is that it seems like, and I don't know if it happens, it's all based on random number generation, but sometimes it seems like the numbers don't change. So when I do the roll, so when I roll the dice, it actually runs through 3 calculation processes in Excel to try to force that roll. So I try to make sure that it is doing. That time I didn't see it spin, but it doesn't mean it didn't. When the computers get faster and faster, I have to add more delays in and to make sure that it is spinning just to my satisfaction. So that's 3 up, 3 down. We go to the bottom of the second. Don Baylor with an 8 flies to center. Darling covers that. 1 out. Evans a 9 and Darling covers that. A ground out. Could have been 2 hits, but it's 2 down, and Gedman grounds to short. No runs. We go to the third. Rafael Santana, a 9 with a base hit. So that's the big difference in this game is Nipper is a 12. His rating is a 12. He's not going to stop a whole lot of hit chances there. And there go the dogs. So, hold on 1 second. Let's take care of that. Okay, close the door. That might bring other noises coming in because they want to get in here and watch me play. So anyways, Nipper is a 12, and he's not going to stop a lot. So that's a base hit. Runner on first. Dykstra up. He will bunt. His bunt rating is a 4. 36 is a sacrifice. Dykstra moves him over. 1 out. Runner on second. For Backman. 55. Oh, and there's the 12. So there it is. I mean, right there would have been a run. Would it have been a run? Santana's a 4. That would have gotten him to third. But the 12 is stopped by Nipper, and that ends up being a line out. 2 down for Hernandez. 64-41. We do the rare play check is a 36. That is going to end up being a not a wild pitch, it's a ground out because Nipper's wild pitch rating is a 1. So his WP1 stops that from being a wild pitch, and he gets out of the inning. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left on base. And so we go to the bottom of the third. Dave Henderson with a base hit. 1 out. No, not 1 out, 1 on. Spike Owen will hit away, ground to second, and that is going to be an error. Wally Backman boots it. The 12 is an error check. Backman's a 26, so that's an E4, and now we got some trouble brewing here. Boston's got runners in scoring position, nobody out. The Mets are kind of falling apart a little bit. Boggs will hit away with a fly ball to center. First and second. And Henderson is a good. He'll go to third. So deep enough for Henderson to get to third. 1 out, first and third for Marty Barrett, who gets the second column in a 7. So that's a base hit. Boston's going to take the lead. Single over to left. 1 runner scores, other to second. Base hit. Let me do this. He gets an RBI. And that is an unearned run for now. Hit and run. First and second, 1 out. Buckner, 29. Oh, that's a problem too. 29 is going to be another error. His defense rate's a 32, and it's an error on the pitcher. 2 errors in the inning for the Mets. Leaves bases loaded for Jim Rice. Oh, buddy, 24. They're playing back, and that is going to be a grounder to short. His range factor is a 2. That is a double play, and they get out of it. That's a huge double play. The Mets escape, which could have been a really, really bad inning for them with 1 run, 2 hits. That's an unearned run. Wow, that would have been... Rice had a chance to blow this game open, but he doesn't. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 2, 3, 4, 6. Yep, so the fatigue ratings are right. Just checking my runners left on base to make sure I have that right. I think it's wrong. I forgot this one. Boom. Okay, top of the 4th. Gary Carter with a strikeout. 1 out. Darryl Strawberry with a ground out. 2 down. Ray Knight with a single. Their third hit. Runner on first, 2 outs for Danny Heap. Flies to right. Mets are not, they're just not producing much. The Red Sox pitching has kept them in check. Don Baylor. 22, error check. 54, shortstop. That'll be a ground out. So they passed that one. One out. Dwight Evans. Second column and a 6, so he doubles. Evans with a double. His second column is not, hold on. Second column's not very good, but he has a 1, 5, and a 6, so a lot of his power comes from that first column. Okay, runner on second, one out, Gedman up, 35. That is a foul out, 2 down, and Henderson, 25-10 is covered. Oh, ground out, and Darling gets out of it. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left on base. We go to the 5th. Mookie Wilson to lead off. Base hit, stolen base. And hold on 1 second. Let me pause this. Okay, had to take a brief break there. The landscaper showed up and he is leaf blowing outside the window. So hopefully it doesn't get too loud, and I'll pause it if I need to. But we had Wilson with a single stolen base. Runner on second, nobody out for Santana. And he is going to 26. So runner on second, 26. He will ground out, and the runner will go to third. Runner on third, 1 out. Dykstra up. Infield back, 32. Oh no, fly ball right field. 9, arm 2. And it is a double play unless the runner is good, which he is, and it's a sacrifice. So Dykstra barely gets it deep enough, but it is deep enough to score Wilson, and we're tied. 1-1, 2 outs. Backman up with the base hit. Mets are coming around a little bit. That's their 5th hit. Hernandez with a fly ball to center. Okay, so after that brief pause there, the Mets get 1 run on 2 hits, 1 left on base, and it's tied going to the bottom of the 5th. Spike going to lead off with a pop-up. 1 down. Wade Boggs, 29. K4, that is a strikeout. 2 down. I don't think Boggs has done much. I'll have to go back and check to see how many hits he's got in this series. So 2 outs. Barrett up. He will walk. First walk of the game for Darling. Bill Buckner. Fly ball right field. So, no runs, no hits, 1 left on base. We are tied going into the 6th inning. Let me just check fatigue really quick. 4, 5, 6. Plus 5 is 11. 5, 6, 7. 12. Okay, so we're good. Carter, top of the 6th. Fly ball center. 1 out. Strawberry, second column, home run. Strawberry homers again. That's his 2nd home run of the series. And that will give the Mets the lead again. 2-1. Ray Knight grounds to short. 2 down. Danny Heap grounds to short. And that'll do it. But the damage was done there. Strawberry homers to give them the lead. It is 2-1 now, going to the bottom of the 6th. Jim Rice, 25, will strike out. 1 out. Don Baylor, he homers. Okay, well, the number 5 hitters on both teams match home runs, and Boston, as they've done, answers right back to tie it at 2. Okay, Dwight Evans walks. Not good. They unsettled Darling a little bit. Runner on first. 1 out. Runner on first, 1 out. Gedman up. He strikes out. 2 down. Henderson, error check. 42 is 19, third base. That is Ray Knight, who passes. And the 19 is going to be a ground out. Fielder's choice, ground out. 1 run, 1 hit, 1 left on base. We go to the 7th. This has been, so far, this has been a great series. These games are close. Every game's tight. I hope you guys are enjoying it. It's been fun to play. So we're in the 7th. Mookie Wilson to lead off. He will ground out. 1 out. Rafael Santana grounds out. 2 down. Lenny Dykstra will ground out. Al Nipper's doing a good job. He's keeping them right where they need to be. His fatigue is a 16, so his rating's an 18. He's got 2 more, so he's good. Spike Owen to lead off. He goes to the second column and he triples. Oh, down the line, and it's fair. Spike Owen wheels around, gets to third base, leadoff triple, and Boston has something brewing here. Runner on third, no outs. Wade Boggs up. They're going to bring the infield in. And here we go. Here we go again. We've seen this. Oh, they walked him. Never mind. We haven't seen this. The 10 against his 15. So they walk Boggs. Okay. Darling's right on the edge of being done. So first and third, nobody out. They're going to play corners. So first and third will be in. And that's not going to matter as he goes second column for a double. That is going to score both runners. Park factor of 4. Nope. Park factor is a 1. So a double to deep left center scores both runners. Is there a deep left center in Boston? I guess there is. The monster's pretty short, but it moves out. He doubles. They score both, and they take the lead back. And that'll be it for Darling. So a huge double by Barrett. Owen and Boggs score, and the Mets have to go to the bullpen. So Darling goes 6 1/3, gives up 7 hits, 3 walks, 4 Ks. The runner on second is still his. Behind in the 7th, they're going to go to Doug Sisk. Doug Sisk will come into pitch. Mets are in trouble here a little bit. And Sisk is a 12. His fatigue rating is 8. 7 will be this for the game. Runner on second, 1 out. Buckner up, 45. And they walk him. Took time, but I think Boston's starting to get to the Mets pitching here. Jim Rice strikes out. He has had some chances to be clutch and has just not come through. 3rd strikeout of the game for Jim Rice. Don Baylor, first and second, 2 outs. 2 outs? 1 out. Oh, okay. Well, he didn't go 6 1/3. He went 6. Triple, walk, double, walk. 1 out. First and second, 1 out. Baylor, 22, 31, 17. This is going to be a problem too. First and second, 17, right field. Strawberry does not pass the check. 17 is a range 2. First on air, 1 runner scores. Other goes to third. An E9, a 3rd error of the game. Other to third. First on air, 1 scores. Other to third. E9. Let me just do some housekeeping here. Boom. Okay. They score. Another error. It's 5-2. First and third, 1 out. The corners again, and they walk him. Sisk not effective. Gedman, bases loaded, infield in. 12. Infield in, first base is Hernandez, who's a range 3. And we're going to go 3-2-3 double play. Grounded to first. Hernandez to Carter, back to first for the double play. If I was deep, still would have been a double play. So That is it for the inning, but the damage is done. 3 runs on 1, 2 hits, and 2 left on base. And that will make it 5-2 after 7. Sisk pitches all that he can go. That's his 5th batter, so he's done. So one of the things in this game, there isn't a corners in infield. You can play infield and infield back. I pick corners. So that's obviously if it's grounded to first or third, then I will pick the in spot. If it's second or short, I'll pick the deep spot. Um, that's an easy change for me. So, anyways, we go to the 8th, 5-2. The Mets need to get something going now. Nipper is at a 16. He's almost done. 9, a leadoff single. Here we go. They've got the first runner on. Okay, Hernandez up. Strikes out. 1 out. Second strikeout for Nipper. Carter. Oh, 24. And that's going to be. Well, there goes that rally. Double play. Carter grounds into a double play. That ends it. Can you tell I'm disappointed? I'm sorry. Rooting for the Mets, but that's it. So, nobody left. That will end it for Nipper. He goes 8 innings, gives up 7 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned, 1 walk, 2 Ks. A fantastic outing for Nipper. His starting stamina is a 27, so that would be 27 batters faced. My fatigue ratings is a little bit different. He ended up going 27, 31 batters. So he did, if you end up pitching more than your starting stamina, you had a really good outing, or a good outing at least. And he did. So good outing for Nipper. The Mets have to go to the bullpen again. They're behind in the 8th inning, so they will go to Roger McDowell again, who pitches every game. That's the one thing. So when I play, I just use the percentages. It is you pull out how many appearances they had in those situations, and that's kind of how I build my ratings as to the picker, who can come in, who can pitch, and who can't. When you play these games, you have a lot of ways you can do that. A lot of ways people do that. You can only pitch so many days. You can only pitch so many innings. You can only do so much over a period of time. I don't do that. It all evens out. So there can be a run where a pitcher will get into a bunch of games in a row, and then there'll be a run where he doesn't get into any games. And I just let it play. It is what it is. I'm generating the numbers and playing the game that way. The one cool thing about this game that I have reserved myself to is players don't get tired. They can play every day. Um, they can pitch every day. They aren't tired because they're cards, and I know in reality they would. I use as played lineups. I try to move. I have the random pickers for the pinch hitters and the relief pitchers, and it all works out in the end, and the numbers are all pretty close. I don't worry about it. I don't worry about the nitty gritty details. I used to. I don't now. I just let it play out. Again, that's how I play. Not everybody would play that way. A lot of people probably wouldn't like how I play. But that's okay because that's what the games are for, to enjoy and to get out of it what you want to get out of it. And I always would say that. Okay, so McDowell is in. His fatigue rate is 7. Bottom of the 8th, Henderson is up. 34, he will ground out. 1 out. Spike Owen. Ground out. 2 down. Wade Boggs. Ground out. So McDowell does his job quickly in the 8th. We go to the 9th, and it is time for, yes, their closer. This is where I won't necessarily go with a random pick. If there is a closer, and I know Schiraldi was the closer for them during the World Series, I will go with that. So that will override. That'll override a lot of. That'll override my random pick. I play a lot of Padres games, replay a lot of Padre games, and they typically have good closers. The Padres throughout history have had good closers, and a definite specific closer. Trevor Hoffman, Josh Hader was one. Last year was Suarez, so he'll be the closer. It's just to make sure I get the save opportunities for these guys. When it's a save situation, I will pull them in. So Schiraldi to face The 5, 6, and 7 hitters, a chance to go up 3 games to 1. Strawberry will lead off with an error check. 21 is the catcher, and that is covered by Gedman. 1 out. Oh, yeah, hold on. We're going to do this because I said I would in the last video. I will do it in this video. Stapleton will come into play for Buckner at first base. So if you didn't see my last video, I talked about that and how they didn't do it in real life, and the ball went through his legs, and the rest is history. So I told myself I'm going to do it. So he is. So Stapleton's in. 1 out. Ray Knight with an 8. It's covered. Fly out. 2 down. Schiraldi. Going to limit the chances. Danny Heap will stay in, and he will go to the second column. Oh, for a base hit and a stolen base. Again, another thing I won't do. I'm not going to limit the stolen bases. The card says it's a steal, or the card says he gets thrown out stealing. I'm not. Who knows what happens? I mean, who knows what happened? Maybe it was a pitch that was in the dirt that bounced away from the catcher, and the guy decided to run, and he got thrown out a second. So that could be a caught stealing. You just got to visualize different things and how it happens. This one is a single and a stolen base. So they get a hit. Mookie Wilson is up. Runner on second. 2 outs. Wilson will fly out, and that will do it. No magic for the Mets today as he flies out. No runs, 1 hit, and that will be the ball game. So the Mets go 2 runs on 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 hits, 3 errors. Boston 5 runs, 7 hits, and 1 error. The winning pitcher is Al Nipper, who goes 8 innings, 7 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned. Calvin Schiraldi comes in and gets the save. The losing pitcher is Ron Darling. Pitched well until that 7th inning where they got to him. The defense let him down some. I don't know if they let him down in that inning. I don't know if those actually cost him, but the defense let him down for at least 1 run. But that will wrap up Game 4. So Boston takes a 3-1 lead. They're looking good because I think, well, they'll have back to the top of their rotation. Clemens, I think, I don't know which game he pitches, so we'll have to see. He's still due up, so they're going to have to win. The Mets are going to have to win 3 in a row to close this thing out. Red Sox look good, though, as we'll head into Game 5 with the next video. So thanks for joining. If you like this, hit the thumbs up button and like it. Otherwise, you guys have a good rest of your day, and I will see you on the next video. All right. See you later.